Yeah, that, I keep wanting to call him Jeff Healy. Who's the, country band? Timothy Earl. That's Friday night, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at this. So is that actually ran by the county, like Washington County?
The what?
That festival. I mean, they're on the Washington County page and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a lot of press from Washington.
Literally, I'm like, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have any extra schedules?
Jack, one of these, you mean?
Yeah. You can have this one. I got the one from
Okay, ready when you are. Ready when you are.
6:33.
Thank you.
Motion.
Okay. In attendance, board members Arden Staff, Wendy Johnson, Barb Russman, Jason Wheeler, Dan Ewig, and Heather Manda. Absent, Stephanie G. Township Representative Jack King, meeting called to order at 6:33. There's no public visitors, no public comments. Agenda items, we do not have the meeting minutes from July 6th, so I assume, Jack, we just hold off on,
Yeah, we can look at them next time.
okay. Financial status update, Jack?
Updated the spreadsheet as it stands today. Note that applications are up. I believe I put that, what was it, 12,000? Donate, oh, no, Fall Festival, where's my applications? What am I missing here? Anyway, applications are around 12,800. Why isn't it in there? Sorry about that. We're, pretty much have a lot of that money earmarked as it stands right now for, the rest of the rest of the year. We got about $1,126 for, anything additional. Community Day, it was kind of a zero sum. We had some outflows there, as you can see. Steel City Mini Golf, we had water slides, dunk tank, Dean's Water, bought the cornhole boards, DJ Matt. So there was some outflows of about $22,954. Right now, I think we have enough to cover Fall Festival unless there's something big that you want to add to it. And I think I have all the sponsors covered there. So usually in the Fall Festival, we spend about $30,000. That's what we've done consistently for the last 3 years. We've taken in some significant donations, but as it is right now, it's just we're kind of at a break-even point.
So we'll have money coming in from the concession stand for the car cruise.
That's what I was going to ask you. I kind of want to nail that down. I will say Billy Ann's has done, they cleaned that concession stand from one end to the other and reorganized it and everything. So, I think they did extremely well Community Day. I think what they're gearing up for is the Fall Festival, if that's something the board wants to do. If you want to trade off the Fall Festival for the car cruise, I can see us doing a lot better at the Fall Festival, but, that's up to you. That's going to be your decision.
I think at the last meeting, we decided that we were gonna keep the car cruise and the fall festival.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Because we are kind of running tight right now. I'm
We are
glad
gonna
she
re-
did well, though.
What's that?
I'm glad she did well.
Yeah, she did really well, but, I mean, you can see the prices, $8 for a cheeseburger. I honestly, I can't raise prices that much. I am gonna raise them. They're gonna be more competitive. So, we'll do a lot better. But, there's some things as far as the fall festival is concerned. We could add a few more things just to broaden the menu. We've always talked about walking tacos and that kind of stuff. So, we can talk about some new items, pricing and that type of thing when we get to it.
Don't we have a vendor that has walking tacos?
I don't remember who that is. I think it's a great idea. It's easy, you
That's a
charge-
very easy thing to make, yeah.
Yeah, $4, and, it's just a matter of a crock pot with,
Brown meat.
brown meat, which we can brown, or you can brown and bring it in, and put it on, in the bag itself, and they can, so.
Do we still have a bunch of chips left over?
We do, but I don't know where they are. So they used to be right as soon as you walked in there. I'm not sure. I haven't spent a lot of time down there. And it just took me a while to get down there. That's why it took me so long to get you the information on the banners. I don't know where they are, but I will look.
Well, the walking tacos, you used Doritos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, free.
Yeah,
that's right.
Fritos or Doritos,
Either.
yeah.
Either. So I'm just looking at easy ways to, broaden the menu.
And I do think we should keep concession stand for Fall Festival. Like you said, we gotta, I want to make it competitive, yes, but also we are giving people a cheaper option than the food trucks themselves, so.
Right. And that's the thing, we want to have that medium or that middle road where they would choose us over somebody else, I mean, I had a lady call today, she said, she's heard is great things for all vendors, coming into the fall festival. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, we're one of the best festivals around. So the angst is out there, the expectation is out there. And as we get through it, I'll talk through parking and that kind of stuff, so.
Okay. All right, so review of Community Day. I'm sorry I wasn't here. I guess it went well and everybody enjoyed the market.
Yeah, I saw they're on it, and they're in North Surbane.
Can you talk in your microphone, please?
Oh, sorry. Anyways, I brought this if anybody wants to see it. It's in the Observer.
Can you talk in your microphone? I can't hear you.
I brought this if anybody wants to see it. The Observer, this is about the North Surbane, and they talk about the kids.
Oh, the marketplace?
Yeah, and pretty much they almost act like it was their idea, like North Surbane's idea.
Yeah.
But anyways, we should probably try to do this.
Yeah, you know what, that's probably something we should do, is when we do something first, we should make sure it gets out there that,
Yeah, because
We're
this is
first.
about it coming up, so,
yeah. We never
Well, the
think
thing
that-
is too, that's also gonna be a charge.
no, there's no charge for this. This was like a
There's no
news
char-
article about Community Day at North Surbane and the.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the paper did it, but if North Surbane put it in there, there's a charge for it.
Well, if you advertise, there's a charge for it, all right? If we contact somebody to say, hey, this is what we're doing, do you want to?
And they come.
They come.
That's different, yeah.
That's different, and that's what she's talking.
Okay, that's what they did?
But this is like one of their reporters talking about it, so there would be no charge for this. This is
Yeah,
kind of like free
yeah, I get-
advertising.
They need things to
We
put
should
in.
probably do that for the fall festival, maybe, like, see if they'll do something like this.
Yeah, the news showed up at our fundraiser,
Did they? What channel?
11.
Nice.
Did you contact anybody, or did they just show up?
No, somebody did, but it wasn't me. But somebody did contact them and they came.
Good.
Okay, but overall, you think it went well? Any recommendations for changes, or everything went good with the slides and everything? Guess it was
Honestly, the only downfall that I seen this past year compared to last was there was no teenagers. I don't know if anybody else got that feel, but there was no teenagers. Everybody is 8-year-olds and, 8 and under pretty much. There was nobody 10, 12, 14 years old there at all. So, I don't know. I don't know how to, try to bring the teenagers out, out from inside. I don't know. But yeah, I do feel like this was a lot younger crowd. It was pretty steady all day from what I seen. The market was great. I mean,
Yeah, there was over 30 booths. They were amazing.
I think the no teenagers thing is a valid thing that we should, every other park is having a community day too, and I'll kind of look at their pictures and see what they might have going on that interests.
I'm not sure I'd really expect too many 14, 16-year-olds out.
not 14, 16, but 10, 12.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe have a
I didn't-
teenage, cornhole contest, have some kind of a tournament for them.
Compared to last year when we did our field day events, we had a good amount of 10, 12-year-olds.
War, we had a
Yep.
lot of bigger kids for the tug of
None.
war and all that.
None this year.
Did you do the tug of war in those things?
We did not. I don't think we did any of them, right?
We had how many peaches? 4?
How many what?
How many pies did we get? 4, 3 or 4?
3, I thought. Didn't we have 3?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
was just 3. I know, that was down, plus the, cornhole was down to what, 4 teams?
I did notice, today, I was driving through Imperial and North Fayette's having their community day, and they have a big banner, at the intersection, on the ground. Everybody driving past sees it, and, our sign's not even working, so I think we could advertise it more.
Yeah, a lot of them are, I think their community day is more like our fall festival, only it's just a one-day thing. So they have banners for it, whereas our community day, of course, we're relatively new to, even having one. So I talked to Jack again about getting that wish list on Amazon, so I think you're going to check and make sure the supervisors are okay with doing that, and then we'd have all the oversized games, and we could have tournaments, with the Jenga and all those things, next year if we have the games. So, my niece was willing to let the games be used this year, but I messaged Stephanie and told her, where she could get them at, but, I guess you guys never got them, so,
I didn't even know that.
yeah. So, okay, are we gonna have movie night?
I will be, I might be away both those days. I mean, if it's late enough, when is that? Is that a Saturday?
Yeah, August 19th.
All right, my daughter has a softball tournament. I believe that's the Peters Township one, so it's not like I will be that far. So as long as I don't know their schedule yet, so as long as you got somebody, which I think, Jason, you're pretty good at setting them up now, if you're available,
All we need is 3 or 4 people. We don't-
if you guys want to do it. But I will more than likely, 75% not be available that day.
Jason Narden, are you good with setting
Yeah.
up?
I'll do it gladly.
Set up? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so what movie do we think?
What did we watch last time again?
We did,
Sonic 2 last time.
Sonic 2.
I don't even know what's
That
out
new
right
Mario
now.
Brothers, it's
I
out
still
now.
haven't seen it come out. Is it out?
I think I bought it on Prime for the kid. He got
Yeah,
it.
digitally though, right?
Yeah, but usually if it hits digitally, it's usually out. You know what I mean? I'll have to look, but I know that's a big hit with kids right now, those Super Mario Brother 1.
Trying to see if it's in the red box. It is. It actually is in the red box,
Is it?
so, yeah.
So you want to do Mario?
As long as we can get it, yeah.
Okay, and we're going to do just what we did last time, just nachos, cheese, pretzels, popcorn, and drinks. Dan, you got the cheese for the actual machine, right?
Yep, sitting in the
Okay,
back.
did you turn in your receipt?
No, I don't have it yet. I don't even know where it's at, to be honest.
How much was it?
I have to look again.
Were the bags?
It was,
Yeah.
I think it was almost $200, Jack,
No,
because he
it
got 2
wasn't that
bags,
much.
didn't you?
There's 4 bags, and I
4
think it
bags?
was
They're-
under
they're-
$100.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. I thought it'd be a lot more than that.
Under
I
100?
think I got 4 bags, and yeah, I think it was under 100. I have to check I think I got that. I'll have to check my email.
Where'd you get it?
Amazon had them, but it wasn't that brand, it was a different brand, but it come in and it was the exact same thing. It wasn't, what was the brand of that one?
It wasn't the brand in the machine.
No, it wasn't the brand of the machine, but it was the exact same spout. And I even checked the spout on the machine,
Oh.
the exact same thing, believe it
I
or
mean,
not.
that's a great price because we were looking at 38 to 40,
Yeah.
$42 a bag.
That's
much
what I
were
was
they?
thinking, that's what he
I think it was
paid.
like 96 bucks for 4 bags.
But please get it turned in.
I'll find it.
Great.
Okay. Car cruise, we're gonna do a concession stand only. Our normal thing, hot dogs, hamburgers,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Pretzels.
pretzels.
I'm just looking at BJ's, they have those, an 8-pack of cinnamon rolls. I don't know how great they are for $4.99. I don't have a BJ's membership anymore, I gave it up, but I'm sure Sam's or anybody would probably have it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how big they are, it kinda, it's that big pack.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna go to
I generally find
Orem's.
BJ's and Sam's have pretty good baked goods.
They're going to-
I think we just talked to Billy Ann's. I mean, she made, what, muffins at one time, and, I mean, they sold
That
pretty
was her
decently.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
Billy
I'm
Ann's?
fine with that. And-
phenomenal. Like, they are very, if we can get those at a decent price, like, those are things that are phenomenal.
And it's a way to give Billy Ann's some of the business back that,
Yeah.
so is everybody good with just having, I mean, they have
I
all
think
the
she-
different
she-
flavors they do, and.
I think they even had a cinnamon roll the one time I was there. It might have been
Yeah.
marked up on the thing.
Yeah, you mean, her sister makes the cinnamon rolls
Is she
fresh?
still doing them though?
Well,
Well,
that's,
she's,
I think there's an out there, right?
I'm not sure, you're right.
I think there was a riff fair.
Let's ask.
So, yeah, I don't know, if she's still doing,
some of it was medical.
Who's gonna ask?
well, I don't know what the issue was, but I think,
I will.
whatever the issue is, I don't know if I would bet on having,
But I think
Pastries.
she's back
Muffins.
to doing the advertising, because it's back to what it used to be and stuff,
Yeah.
so. I mean, do you want to talk to her, Jack, or you want me to
Yeah.
talk to
Oh.
her?
I'm going to text her right now.
Or- Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I actually heard from her sister-in-law, and I hadn't heard from her probably in a year. And I heard from her recently, and we had a conversation, so I think things are getting better for her, and hopefully. Okay, so, did we have any of the things like Kuliski or anything for that, or it was
Yes.
just the cinnamon rolls?
for the
We
car
did.
cruise, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
That's what I thought.
Now we have two
That was one of
off,
their requests.
right. That's one of the things, they wanted two things. They wanted the Orms rolls and halushka. And, I mean, we can provide that. I can get Steve to do it, I can get Bob Ware to do it. You know, whatever, it's gonna be $75 a tray. And, you know, there again, for the car cruise, I'd say maybe 2 trays and let it sell out. And, you know, I'm not gonna overdo it, and I wouldn't overdo it with the Fall Festival as well. So, you know, maybe 2 trays, we can give Bob Ware, what is it, Country Fixins? It's his restaurant, we haven't tried his yet. Steve has been with you know, in the park since the Fall Festival started, so as long as he can sell his french fries, he's happy.
So, just 2 trays, and when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
we
it's-
had bowls and everything still there, so.
Oh, yeah.
I think
I have
we're
extra
good.
from the fall festival last year too.
Oh, I
I
got
can't remember.
the extra
No,
Kalushka?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. I was trying to give it away.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. And it was good. I mean, it was really good. The problem was we tried to freeze that one and it just, and, you know, Steve said, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, man, this doesn't taste, you know, so that's why I want to just limit it. We'll have just 2 trays. And like I said, once it's gone, and maybe 2 or 3 trays for the Fall Festival, and that's it, you know, so. If you make it like excuse me, if you make it like a commodity,
Yeah.
it'll go fast.
Get it while it's hot.
That's right,
Yep.
There's certain things you can't freeze.
right, and that's one of them. Boy, was that bad. Oh, my goodness.
Bread.
Turn to mush.
Yeah, we're buns and stuff that go bad too.
Okay, the other thing we have between now and Fall Festival is the Salvation Army Reading Picnic. We don't all have to be there. I mean, they bring the food, they bring the books, they bring everything. It's nice, you know, if a few of us are there to support
time
the
is
fact
it?
there.
What time is it?
Oh, you know what? I didn't put the time down there. Didn't they come at like 5 o'clock, Dan?
I believe so. It was like
It was around
5:30
yeah.
or something like that. It was a nice night out. It was-
It's really nice. Yeah, they
And the
did a
kids
good- they did a
enjoyed
great
it.
job.
Oh, yeah. Even the kids that just randomly showed up in the park ended up coming over and participating, and it was very nice.
Yeah, and they actually have it already as an event on the Salvation Army, Washington. They actually have the event already set up there, too.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so the Fall Festival, this is our big thing. Arden, you're on with vendors.
Yep, I think we have a total of I'm saying 135 because there's two that are en route, and that should be it. How many food trucks do we have total? Do you know? Like,
I was going to ask you that.
I was gonna say, I didn't have, as a matter of fact, oh, by the way, Mobile Chef has tacos. You're asking
I
about,
thought somebody had walking tacos.
but, I'll count them, but, yeah, I've got about 20 so far that I've turned away, vendors that aren't happy, but we took their information for next year, you know what I mean, so,
But you know, I'm not even concerned if we have walking tacos, and she does too. She has a pretty extensive menu. She's going to have two of her trucks here? How much space did she take, 2 or 3 trucks?
Who is that?
Mobile Chef.
Oh,
I think she has 2 trucks, right? So she's going to have a pretty good menu going on, and
13
Food trucks?
food trucks, yeah.
he's counting everything, like even Frost Ferry and
I was
like.
gonna say, where am I gonna put them all?
I mean, anybody that's paying extra for it to be. a
Is it the
food
vendor or, I mean,
truck, No,
So there's Brewster's.
can you give me a list of those whenever you get a chance, Arden? Because we had 6, maybe 7 down in that food court area. Where I'm gonna fit another 6 is gonna be tough. So,
I think one of those is going to be exiting, correct, Jack?
Yeah.
Or we don't know for sure yet what you're
Not
doing?
sure.
Is
Yeah.
that confirmed?
probably.
We're going to reimburse them?
Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that.
Okay.
I'll gotta check.
All right.
We try not to, but, it's okay.
Who's bailing?
Well, they're not technically bailing them. It's kind of a issue with the french fries.
Yeah, I got an email who really, we really don't want to create too much competition for everybody. We want everybody to have a place and to do their thing. But Steve has always done the French fries, and he's asked, if nothing else, please don't give me competition for the French fries. That's where he makes most of his money, right? And we pretty much agreed. Like I said, he's been here since 1990? I mean, and it all started in 88, so that's how long he's been here. Got an email and, extensive email, about not serving drinks and not serving, I understand both sides of it, but that's the way we've done it. It takes money away from us if people provide their own drinks and everything, so, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. If you guys want to do that, that's less money coming into us as far as drinks are concerned. But I understand if they're all the way on the other side of the field, they get their food there, then they'd have to come back, or they get their drinks here and take it over. Why not a one-stop shop? So
So who wants to sell drinks? Steve?
what's
No, it's the french fries that's an issue.
yeah, it's the French fries.
What's
And
the name of the place? French fries?
He doesn't want Hermes selling french fries.
that was an issue
Does one
last
who
year.
selling French fries?
That was the same issue last year, and Hermes wasn't even there Sunday.
They
So wait.
left, didn't they?
He doesn't want who selling French fries.
Steve doesn't want
Steve doesn't
Herman
want
selling
Hermes to
french
sell
fries.
french
Right.
fries, yeah.
Right.
Herman
And that was the
sells
same
mainly
thing
what?
last year. It happened the exact same thing.
They
with
sell
Hermes.
Gyros and chicken
He
tenders and
charges
french fries.
$10 for french fries for a
French fries
38
kind
cent
of go with
potato.
different things. I mean, I don't know how you can,
Yeah. So, I can understand Jack's trying to appreciate his loyalty for all these years. I get that. I think we've gotten bigger, and that we decided last year the drinks was not going to be an issue with us because we don't want people having to go get their food and then come to us for a drink.
What did we do last year? Did we just have them do waters last year, or did they sell all
No,
drinks last year?
we let them sell what they wanted.
Yeah, we let them, do it. And, I mean, that's the thing. It's just fewer things we provide in the concession stand,
We still made a killing last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're a patron, why would you want to be down here and have to walk clear down there to get a drink?
Exactly.
That's their argument.
You're not going to want that. So I don't have an issue with drinks.
I don't have an issue with drinks either. What I think we need to do as well is
But I think.
whole
you go-
french fry thing, come on.
that's a side dish. That's not his main thing, right?
Well, that's
That's his main profit line.
what he makes the most money off of.
That's because he's the only one selling french fries.
Right.
So it's up to the board what you guys decide, but next year, let everybody sell what they want to sell. Everybody sold out last year. Everybody
Oh,
made
yeah.
bank last year.
Yeah.
Like,
And they had to leave early, you know.
they ran out of food last year.
Yeah.
I mean, so if we're already limiting their menu, if something they could have added on, that's a potential loss to them as well.
Is the barbecue one coming back this year? Because they ran out of everything.
Yeah.
By the time I made it over there, like, we got nothing. I'm like, well, shit. Like, they had no food left.
No, none of the food trucks had food until the second
But
day.
also, I think egos need to be put in check, too.
Well-
So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance that Steve will just say, I'm not coming, and then
then
that's
if he wants
problem
to have
solved,
a,
Oh, well,
you know.
there's other.
He
times.
sells
Not
french
a well,
fries and
not a well.
meatballs.
He's one of the ones that has been here the whole time, and there's perks for loyalty, you know, so, I mean, if he can handle the competition, then that's fine, you know?
Honestly, I'm not walking around and seeing who has the cheapest french fries when I'm there. Like, I'm gonna, okay, he has fries, I'm buying fries
Yeah.
here. I'm not walking around
And a
just to
drink.
find french fries.
And a drink.
Is there a way you can kind of like say, you know, I know we're putting all the food stuff together, but maybe just do a bigger separation because they were right beside each other and him
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I
accept
mean,
that?
we're gonna be able to fit just so many, take a look at the, we're gonna be able to fit so many people, so many food trucks. Now, if they go lengthwise, I mean, if we put them on an angle so people can walk, you know, through there. What's that?
Nothing, that's because there's a lot of stuff and.
Yeah.
I think I mean, if we want to keep our word this year, you know, I say we do that. You know, if we agreed, hey, you know, don't sell what anybody else sells, then so be it. We'll keep our word this year. But I think moving on into the future, I don't think we limit people of their menu. I don't think that's,
Well, our documentation no longer says that. I took it out last year. Our documentation now says you cannot sell what our board is selling in the concession
Right,
stand.
and
Okay.
that's been the way for a while, yeah.
so, I mean,
So I'd like to see some sort of compromise, even if it
Okay.
means separating them completely.
I haven't responded to her yet,
Yeah.
so, I mean, if that's what you want, I'll just say, hey, Steve, you're gonna have competition this year.
he had a competition last year. He still did well last year. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest. So did Hermes. Hermes sold out of food. They didn't even come back Sunday because they did sell out.
Billy Ann said there was some other vendors selling the same thing as hers, and she's made a killing, so.
But like I said, I'm willing to compromise and try to separate them way more because they were right beside each other.
I'd put them on opposite ends.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
right beside each other.
that's gonna be a positioning thing.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, you know, if we put everybody along the stream like we've done in the past, even if we put them on an angle where, you know, as people come by, they could see them, we could fit more in there.
You mean line them up this way?
Well, instead of lining them along the stream, we'd put them, you know, like.
Yeah, stagger them.
Right. I mean, that's one idea of, you know, how many.
I know that one guy's not gonna like that. The guy doesn't even unhook his truck.
So,
Yeah.
Is he the one that I had to jumpstart to get out of?
Yeah, and he was yelling at us at the beginning, like,
Oh, well, Steve ain't gonna like that
where
either.
you were done, it was like 3:05, and you're like, I've had
French
it.
fry man.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't gonna like it either because he always pulls straight up when he opens his thing up. He ain't
Well-
gonna like that either.
See, that's the other thing, depends on which side the trailer opens. I mean, if they open on both sides, that's one thing, but if they only open on one side, you know, that's the side that's gotta be facing out.
yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I was supposed to add that to the application, wasn't I?
What side it
All right.
opens on.
What side the trailer opens on?
All right, so, I mean, it's your collective response, so you want me to say, please, bring all you got for this one? Isn't this that Russian lady?
Yeah,
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 yeah, that's your friend.
yeah.
All right, so,
But I don't want anybody making a decision based on that, you know?
well, the thing about it is, we've got 13, we're gonna find places for these people, but, yeah, you wanna, I'll say, please, we'll find a spot for you.
Yeah, I'd like to see a compromise where
Okay?
he's willing to accept being way far away from them and,
Is there a place for him farther away somewhere? Like, where are you gonna put him?
It's just the opposite side of the court.
No, they were, what, 2 apart from each other last time?
I
and
think
with
we
more
will have to-
trucks, there's gonna be more room to separate them too.
Well,
I think we
what
will have to move down, like move some of them trucks down even beyond the sycamore tree, down behind the courts almost. I don't know how far we want to go down that way.
Well,
It's going to be tight.
It is gonna be really tight.
keep in
So
mind,
unless we put a dessert one up by us in concessions.
I was gonna say, like, that Brewster's Ice Cream could go up, I remember where the courtyard was where we had along the sidewalk. Can we put like an ice cream one up there, just
That'd be good.
You want to put Brewster's there
I don't know,
or Frost Ferry? Well, don't put Frost, if you put one there, put Brewster's because Frost Ferry, Mobile Chef,
yeah, they're
and
related.
Truck and Triangles are all family.
Well, that's fine,
So they
but
want to be by each other.
their generator cannot be going like it was last year.
He got whose?
Frost Ferries.
Oh, okay.
Their generator was provide feedback on the speakers. So it was squealing while they were singing.
Yep.
So they either need
Okay.
to put the generator on the opposite side or they have to be
On the opposite
on
side.
the stream where that generator is going to be going away from the stage.
Yep.
Weren't they the ones that dumped the stuff in the creek too?
It
Yeah,
was-
but that was no big deal.
it was just
That-
ice.
Somebody overreacted on
Yeah.
that.
Somebody got mad. I don't know, I just remember somebody was all mad about it.
Oh, and Hermes got a quiet generator too. And he's like, I even got a quiet generator. And I'm like, I know, I could tell. So,
yeah, I mean, we got a lot of time to think it through, but, you know, now's the time to start, because we're gonna be pretty much at capacity this year,
yeah.
you know?
Definitely.
And so every inch counts.
That 135 includes
Well-
13 of those being, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
and 5 of those have not paid, so I sent
Okay.
them emails telling them, and only one paid, Brewster's.
So we're
out of
sitting
those
like at our
5.
120 something.
Brewster's just paid today, yeah.
So, and
No,
I
yeah,
have,
the count that I have includes food trucks with the vendors.
We're not doing the coffee.
Where am I going to put them?
I want the coffee. That was different.
I think they make a killing.
How about they just come and see you, Arden, in the parking lot?
No,
You
but I
get
mean,
your-
she likes it, Steph. I mean, we,
I'm
you
just-
know, I don't know. In the beginning, I was like, why can't we have like an espresso or a coffee truck? But it don't matter to me. I haven't sent her the letter yet, so I was waiting to hear what you guys say, whether it was gonna be a yay or a nay. Don't worry, we'll get it. I'll get rid of her.
Yeah, it's another one we could potentially put, away from the food court, put it up, by concessions if we have room up there.
Yep.
did Billy Ann do coffee last year? I mean, she was really the only food person that was clear down at the beginning.
Right, right. I don't
I know she did
remember.
breakfast, which was awesome.
Yeah,
The next morning, she had breakfast out there, hash browns, everything
Yep.
going when it was raining, and
she's something else.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys feel, I don't drink the stuff, so I couldn't care less.
Take a walk on the wild side.
Huh?
Take a walk on the wild side. Coffee's good for you.
Yes, it is.
iced coffee. Oh,
So how does everybody feel about that espresso? What else does she do, Arden?
she's, I mean, I hadn't talked to her, it popped out of nowhere, and then I went under her thing, and it says, espresso, different types of coffee than sweets. So I don't know what sweets entailed. I was waiting, I was gonna reach out and get more information, but if it was a no, I was just gonna send her that letter that said, thank you, I'd like to take your information for next year and send you out an application, but,
Why don't you buy us some time and ask her for a better
I will.
description of what all she does,
okay,
okay?
okay, gotta go.
Okay, so vendor mapping, Jason, Arden, and Jack are gonna start working on that.
Have you figured out, Arden, a way how we were doing it towards the end? I know you want to do what, names, and you have certain people. How many do you have that absolutely have to have?
Thing was, on
research?
the online application, we put a first choice of where they want to be and a second choice, so,
But we know the llama lady, she's always in
yeah.
that one corner.
Yeah, alpaca.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean,
know what I'm
there's
looking for,
a lot
I'll
of
be
people
hearing, okay?
on their application said same spot as last year, same spot as last year, which, because we moved everybody around, I don't even know how we'd be able to do that part of it.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I
we're not
mean-
recording that stuff where they went, so.
I know.
I think if we kind of label it as outfield, and then maybe, how do you want to do that other, like a courtyard, maybe?
Sidewalk, courtyard,
Yeah.
outfield,
And what do you
then,
wanna do?
Miners Pavilion.
Yeah, the kids area.
I mean, are we, the arc idea that we did last year, like the half moon, gonna stick with that?
I think
Well,
we're
yeah,
gonna have,
but we
we
should
have
also
to.
gain space there too, because
Wish we had more room.
I'm the weenie that messed up last year, and I put them along back here, right?
Yep.
And then I put them a row here, and then I put a damn 5-foot gap, remember? Instead of button
Back to back.
back to back.
Oh, yeah.
That was the issue, like, remember, Jack?
Yeah,
So, I mean, it did take up more space out there. So this year, you'll have a row right here facing out here, a row here facing in there, and then put the other row back to back facing out.
And then another row facing,
Yeah.
maybe. But then we gotta watch, because that's getting
That's getting too close to the food
close to the food
vendors.
truck territory.
keep
But I
in
mean,
mind,
don't forget, a lot of,
A lot of run up on Miller's Run.
The sticks with the numbers, though, that was like a game changer. Like,
Yeah, that has to happen.
we can't have like the
oh,
paint on.
But that's what I was
grass.
trying to figure out, like, when they come in,
okay. Well, we were talking about, like, before I came on the board, we would pull in behind the tennis courts, there was a table there, and they'd say, okay, J. Spirit Designs, okay, Glenn would be in one golf cart, and somebody was in another golf cart, and they'd follow him, will take you to your spot, and Glenn would take you to your spot. Here you are, you okay right here? Okay, good luck and everything, and he would drive back, and then the next one would take the next one. And it
Which is
worked out.
great, but we have a lot more vendors now, so you'd have them backed up.
I mean, this way, I don't know. Yeah, we,
it's either that or we have 2 golf carts going, and then we'll have to have somebody like in a central position like Pavilion 2. So I will drop them off, I'll take them in the golf cart to Pavilion 2, and then whoever's at Pavilion 2 can take them to walk them to their spot up in that courtyard.
well, they'll be in
That's a
their
good idea.
car.
Can we rent 2 golf carts for the day?
I'm thinking 3. I'm thinking we need 3, because we get 2. We always have 2.
I mean, what do you think, Jacques? Say we have 120-some vendors that are going to be coming behind the tennis court, and they're not all coming at 3 o'clock. A large portion will be coming between 3 and 4.
Right.
Do you think by doing it that way, that the individual escort, we could do it that way?
I think multiple escorts would, because what's going to happen is.
One's gonna back
Oh,
up.
no, I meant like 2 or 3.
Right.
You said 3.
Right. So say somebody takes the first one over, they'd come back to get the next one. There should be somebody else there, possibly a third person. And we need to get them in as quickly as we can. Once they get set up, then they can make room for other people. So, I'm going to look into 3 golf carts.
I would, yeah, just drop one off, come back,
Yeah.
just keep getting them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, it worked out so smoothly. It really, well, they didn't have half this many as we have at then, because it was like, Glenn was like, are you okay with this spot, or do you want me to move you somewhere else? You know, we can't do that, though. But
Well, you're gonna have some people that aren't gonna like where they go,
No, I know.
so that's, the guy last year was yelling at me, didn't want him to go where, tough luck, but.
Well, we're only bringing all the vendors in the one side behind the tennis courts, correct?
Right.
So we're
Well,
gonna keep this other side. locked.
Melanie, the Bednars,
Right.
I mean, they'll come in, generation side, fire trucks, that type of thing. Anybody in the first 8, right up to the
yeah,
pavilion.
Nancy, yeah.
You know, I mean, I can bring them in that way. But see, it depends on when they show up. At some point, we don't want those cars coming down that path anymore, you know? So, I mean, we can make that exception just for the people from Pavilion 1 to the gated generations. They can come in that side, everybody else is gonna have to come in the other side.
Put up cones across the top of it, you know, that,
And you want to know exactly what equipment the fire departments and the EMTs are bringing, right?
Right,
Okay.
Right.
I'll get letters out to them.
How are they getting out?
and last year we did, 5 feet between each one, so that left 10 feet between, but we could cut that down to like 2.5 feet, so
Yeah.
5 feet between the 2
we're
of them.
probably gonna have to do that this year.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I'm
some of them people had ropes that were going out 5 feet, so now because they were tying their tents down.
I mean, they're paying for a
I see what you're saying.
10 by 10. A lot of people like to,
They venture out. That one lady was venturing it out
Well,
for 84.
Crafty Sisters, they love that spot down there because all theirs is like those.
Yeah.
They
They
want
get
that
2
same
spots
spot,
down there, don't they?
Are we having Bob and his little gator, or with the,
Yeah, I gotta see
Off the corners?
if his health is, maybe he'll loan it to us, so that'll probably be the 4th means of transportation we have out
He
there.
drove in the parade. He was in the parade.
He what?
He was in the parade.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Good.
Does he own the counter that we push on, or do we have one?
I think we have that. And I think what we're gonna do as a backup is, we're gonna have the clicker,
Mm-hmm.
all right? So, as Barb said, the staking is a great idea. We still need to put the corners so people know where they need to
Mm-hmm.
set their tent, and then put the stake in the middle so they know the number.
It's, I was telling him, maybe we have two different colors of paint even.
Like red, blue, so we get
Because
red
a lot
ends
of times
here,
people,
then
they see,
blue, then
they see
red.
white corner, and they just,
Gets
they
kinda
think
confusing.
they're in between the corners, they think they're on this side of the corners.
I can spray paint half of them red, half of them blue or something, that way we can go alternate, you know what I mean? So obviously, this is one, obviously, that's the next one.
You guys decide, because I'll get the paint.
Yep.
You know, just tell me what you want.
Stakes and everything.
But we, I mean, I don't want to have to be switching out cans all day. He don't probably have two of those guns, does he? That's the only thing, you're sitting there, okay, give me a can.
I think we
You know
have
what
one
I
of
mean?
those in the concession stand. I know we have the paint in the concession stand.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
roller
piss on it, I just.
With a can?
just spray it
I
for
thought those
hand.
were all balls.
I've never seen a roller in there.
Where at?
But-
We're at in the concession, in the back corner?
I'd have to go down and look again. I thought I seen when we were cleaning
I
out
thought that
that
spray
one
thing was
day.
Bob's.
It might have
run all the
been.
time, but-
We have a bunch of the paint. We have a bunch of that white paint down
Yeah,
there.
in the corner as soon as you walk in.
Right,
on
yeah.
the-
And I thought I seen one of those wands tucked around the side of that popcorn thing, but I could be wrong on that.
Renato keeps that pretty tight, so he loaned it to me because you done with it yet?
Well, are you saying, just like we were talking last night on the phone, just number the spot, or do you want to put a name assigned to that spot? I mean, I don't mind making a thing that'll go on there that'll leave a line and we could write in there, you know, J Spirit Designs.
And we started that last year.
I
We
mean-
started to do that, you know?
Yeah, but that makes it tougher just in case something doesn't get communicated right or somebody took the wrong spot. Because there were vendors that were setting up and like, oh, no, I want to go over here. And they didn't say anything, you know, and then we go and set people up and I'm like, okay, well, where would you like to go? Because your spot is now taken.
I mean, by having an escort, though, you don't have that option. You're just like, "Here, this is your spot right here," but I know what you're saying.
Since we have this much time, if you want signs made, we'll make signs.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think don't put it, just leave a number on it, and whenever they come in, we're gonna say, okay, Dan's.
Courtyard
here,
is
you're number
1
10,
through 80.
and then have you highlight 10 or where you're at, and I'm giving you this to you, and then they're driving
See,
you
my
over there.
concern, like I said to you yesterday, was like, okay, we put a name on the sign. It's on there, and we can't just be something you can rip off because it's gonna fall apart all the time. So if it's on there, then they don't come back next year, whatever the case is, now you got all these names of places on it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's pros and cons. I understand. I mean, I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I just thought,
We were doing the sticks at the
we
last
just
minute
can't, we
too,
can't
I
have it like
remember.
last year. We're like, okay, we just,
That's the
27.
best one yet. Last year was probably the best one yet.
What?
With the numbers.
By the time we figured it out, it did go pretty, it was hectic in the beginning. And then towards about halfway through, everything started flowing. And I don't know if that's because we said X and A, the save spots, you know, idea, or if we just, I do remember I talked to you.
I know.
Oh, I was on the phone with Ard the whole
I
time.
was having a hard time.
So the way I look at it, I understand exactly what you're saying,
Okay.
and I do believe that we should have certain ones, like we know where the alpaca lady's going, like she has to be there. The, you know, the one church goes up by the bathroom. Like I don't even want to number those. They know where they're going.
Right, I'm gonna put their names in there, because
Okay.
we know exactly where they're going. Melanie Bedner's gonna be in a corner. We've got the pony ride, you know, people right in that space next to Miller's Run. We've got pet search people that's gonna take that sloped area, because they like that whole area with the shade and everything. You know, I mean, we've got them from last year. I've
Yeah.
got the map from last year.
Maestros, I mean, unless you're married, remember, only got 2 spots, and she was supposed to get 3, so we're gonna have to be, you know, a little more diligent when I mean, I'll be right there. I'm putting our tent up early Friday morning, zipping it up, and I'll be there all day Thursday and Friday, so,
All right. So after we lay everything down, how about you do a walkthrough
okay.
of, all right, these people need 3 spots together. They're taking 17, 18, 19. So we'll put those names down on your list. We know that they have 17, 18,
Yep.
19. What I think what ended up working is I drove, after we were scratching our heads and everything else, I drove through and wrote, all right, we have 1 through 12 available.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 through 12 is on the top side.
Radio,
And I would
calling
say,
me
hey,
back and
1 through
saying,
12 is available, and he would write them down, and then we'd cross them off as we filled them in. I think that worked, you know, ideally.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can kind of mock that, okay, top crosswalk 1 through 24, you know, lower top crosswalk 24 through 50.
Yep.
And that way, whenever they come in, you set up, you know, the people you need, you know,
Right.
3 in a row, 2 in a row, whatever the case may be. We take care of those numbers, take care of those people, and then as they come in, give them the option. Okay, top crosswalk in the courtyard, or
Yep.
you want in the outfield, and then we just give them the number. You give them the number, You're the master of numbers.
Okay.
We will take them to their number.
And Wendy did a spreadsheet with everybody, all their requests on, next to their name, so it's kind of, it's great to, you know, you can go, okay, you want it, but the ones that will be like, same place as last year, I'm not sure how we're gonna do that.
If we just find out where they were, like if they're over in the, no, not even us, like when they pull in, all right, if they say, oh, I went where I was last year, well, where is that? Is that up on the top, you know, sidewalk? The lower one, was that in the outfield? Like,
So you're saying if they said outfield, we just
You
keep
just
like
give 'em a number in the
120 to
outfield.
130 will be
Yep.
blank, and we could just say, let's just start crossing off, your first one, your number 121, 122, if you just say outfield,
yep.
we could do it that way too. That'd be a lot easier, but
I think, then like I said, you're running the number, so you say, all right, you're number 121, you know, and you cross off 121, we take them to 121.
Okay.
The next person says outfield, you say, all right, you're 122.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, then people were coming in and they wanted, you know, over to here instead of right next to the next person setting up, and that caused a traffic jam
Yep,
through
yep,
that
yep,
park.
yep.
Like you wouldn't believe.
well, like you said, how are they driving out?
That's not, yeah, how do we want to let these people out? If they're coming in from the tennis courts, do we want to let them out in front of the tennis courts? That means we have to put a person up there the whole time
Yeah. You mean this is after they set up?
after they set up.
I can see that.
It
We,
makes
let's
more
just make that
sense to do
decision,
that
just
if
say
it's
you
okay
come
with-
in the back of the tennis courts, set up and go out, in front of the tennis courts.
Do we have a sign that says like exit only or something like that?
I can, yeah, we can get one. I also, it's gonna be in the, letter from the police department.
Perfect.
So I'll have that, I'll probably send that out to you next week for your review. Cause we need to modify some of the things that they have on that letter. What I'd like to do is send it to everybody via email so that they could have it and then hand it to them when they come in and register, just so they are reminded of what, you know, coming from the police, it probably carries a little bit more weight.
That last year. We handed them the letter from the police.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah, and it's just, look, these,
They looked at it.
hopefully this will reduce the scrambling around at night in the dark that caused so many issues last, and granted, I understand there was a storm, and I understand, you know, whole 9 yards. But at some point, we're gonna have to, like, as soon as the band is done, we should just turn those lights on, you know, so that they're not gonna be on all night. Some of them are, but they're not gonna be on all night. There's gonna be a police presence throughout the park all night. They're gonna be on foot, and they're gonna be driving by. So from a safety standpoint of view, I'm not that worried, but it's that chaos that, you know, when people run out of food or they decide, you know what, I'm leaving, you know, I mean, technically, we can't stop them, you know, unless we lock the gates, and then, you know, that's gonna cause another
Yeah,
problem.
last year was a freaking
Oh, it's a nightmare,
crap show last year.
nightmare.
Mother
Yeah.
Nature.
Just
Why
lucky
don't why
nobody
don't we
got
do
run
that?
over.
Why don't we just keep that flow? You know,
Yeah.
come in the back, go out the front.
Just be careful, because people, you know,
Just the
Yeah,
parks out.
I mean, you gotta be going 5 miles max. I mean, it's like a military,
And that's just for vendor setup, you know, that's during park hours, both gates are, I just close them off, done. Like,
And what I'm going to say is, take a look at the map here. What I'm going to say is, let's put all the vendors we can over here in, I mean, we've got 42 parking spaces in the tennis courts lots. We've got about that many over at Public Works, all right? The footbridge is right there, and they could walk, you know, walk back over. Yeah, I'd like to leave their cars back there. The problem is, people are going to sleep in those cars, and police don't want that. We're going to have parking up here at Cecil Cecil Intermediate. We're going to probably get Venice Presbyterian Church, and we're actually reaching out to Washington Hospital to get this spot here as well. Probably about 150 cars can fit in there, right?
Sorenzia's
Is that down at
lot.
the health center?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's in question right now.
All
Just-
right, because I seen and they keep adding more trucks over there. So if there's a way that we can block those trucks off, I don't know, maybe if they don't need
Not
to.
allowed to have those trucks there.
Not allowed to have those trucks.
Would piss them off even more.
So
I'll block it right in.
So I have alternative B. This is backup. Now, we talked about it, and I just want to put this on the table. I mentioned it to Wendy tonight. I'm looking for the shuttles that are, they're $220 an hour, or $7,000 for the weekend, for 2 of them. And it's just like, I said, you know what, that's cost prohibitive. I mean,
Is that the school buses or is that Greens?
No, that's Greens.
Yikes. What were the buses running from the transit place?
I think we spent a total of 3,000 last year on those. So I'm still looking. I'm still going to keep at it. But I tried Haggerty's. They were flat out 7,000 for the weekend.
Just for them two little shuttles?
Yep. Yep.
And the only reason I even say about those little shuttles is because I did have a numerous amounts of older people saying, I can't climb those steps.
And that's what I told her. I said it's more convenience than anything else. I said, one, I don't think can cover, especially if we get this Washington hospital lot. I mean, what's the time? What's the turnaround time? What's the time from the time you get picked up at Washington Hospital to the time you get down to be dropped off? I mean, I'm holding out hope that we get Cerenzio's lot.
I mean, we have a pretty good relationship with Allegheny Health Network too. They have shuttles.
Yeah, that's one of the first ones that pops up when you do a Google search.
Whether they do out of the, I don't know if they do out of the system stuff though.
Yeah.
I mean, for buses, you can even call Swanee Broughton's up in Washington.
When you say buses, what do you mean?
If
You
you
mean
want buses.
Washington Rides?
School buses.
Well,
Schweinberg.
that's what we had, the GG&C, where there was school buses, and that's what Dan said. He had a lot of complaints where people were having a hard time
They
getting up
they
those
can't get
steps.
up those steps.
Can't get up, I mean, they're steep steps, they're big steps.
They
Even
are.
6-year-olds are going,
Right.
"Ooh," they're high steps.
And they are.
So Greens did have that smaller shuttle.
Right.
It's like you kind of walk right up on, it's made for, elderly people, and I thought that would be a better option, but I wasn't expecting $7,000.
Now, are we able to get, like, the guy that owns all the ground over here, the car wash, all that garbage?
Yeah, that's Beagle.
Yeah, can we, I mean, even for like physically impaired or something, can we use that at all, or ask to use that, or?
See, we
Somebody
can't-
could just, I mean, somebody who is elderly or someone could park right there and just literally walk right over.
I'll ask. I'll
I'm just
ask them.
wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah, mark it handicapped?
yeah,
Ask them
Yeah,
if
that
we
that
can
would
mark
be
it
strictly
handicapped.
for them.
That's a great idea.
Nobody else.
yeah.
They can literally walk right there, they walk right across, to right into the park.
Yeah, and they have police escort getting across
Yeah.
too.
Right.
That way,
That's not, maybe they'll, do that.
but that would be strictly just for elderly, whatever the case is, that's all that's for.
I can
Okay.
park there.
Yeah, you can park, yeah, you got your ARP card.
I hate taking two handicap spots away, Jack, but I'd really like to see cones in the two spots right before where they come in behind the tennis courts
Yeah,
because of what happened last year.
we avoid that. Yeah, we can avoid that. Okay, cones there too.
Yeah.
Was it the fall festival where the one fire truck was blocking and we had to go down there and make sure they,
It wasn't a fire truck.
That was an elderly lady who parked her car and just walked
no, it was a
off.
fire truck. Remember, they were blocking, like, if you went in one way, you could not get out. And I had to take turns with somebody else, making sure that they didn't go down this one lane because, and it was the fire truck, was like blocking.
That's why I'm
the
gonna
way
send a
out.
letter finding out exactly what all they're bringing so Jack can have them mapped into the parking lot.
Okay, because they were like down in the one corner. I don't know, Jason, I
brought
thought
him-
you were the other person that I
They
was.
brought him-
I don't remember, I remember there was a lady who got out of her car and left it there,
Yeah.
and we couldn't move the damn car. I don't remember a fire truck.
Yeah, and who was the ice cream vendor that was so,
Crossferry.
yeah,
That had the trouble behind the tennis courts.
yeah. Got the
Open,
police involved too, so they,
Heather, what do
opening
you think?
ceremony, it's Venice Presbyterian this year, right? That's what we decided?
You're
It was
singing the
Pastor
national
Jim,
anthem,
and
right?
then last year it was John Patterson, right?
John Patter, who was it the year before?
Pastor Jim from Lawrence.
Okay.
So it's Venice this year.
Do you want
Can't hear it.
a priest from the Catholic Church up here?
Have we ever done the priest? Have we ever offered it to him? Because, I mean, it doesn't bother me, it seems fair to have him in the rotation.
Okay. All right, you want
Want
me,
to do him this year?
yeah, you want me to see who it is and if he's available?
Okay.
What is that, Holy
St. Mary's, I mean,
Change it though.
or it's Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi, that's it.
But we have rotating priests.
Is
Oh.
that your church? Do you want to check with them then?
I can ask, but I mean, I kind of doubt they would have time. I mean,
Okay.
they go between like 3 different churches all the
Yeah.
time,
Okay.
all,
I didn't know that.
all weekend. I
Yeah.
mean, Sunday would definitely, I mean, this is for Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
I mean, I can ask if one of them would be interested.
At least we offered it to them,
Yeah.
Okay.
If they turn down, then we'll go to the next one on our list.
Just for like a 15-minute, or what is this, like, just a,
They're here, what, half an hour at the most?
Maybe, yeah, you know what, maybe 20 minutes at the most. Now, this year, some of the supervisors want to say some things, so it's going to be a little bit longer. So I'd say 20 minutes to, say, 30 minutes.
and what do you want them to do specifically? Just-
Invocation, just, you know, opening prayer.
And the tent, we're good on. Did you get the letter out? Washington Financial?
I looked for the letter that was sent last year.
No,
And,
but I sent you the email with the letter that I forwarded to you, and you said
all
you
right,
never
I'm going
got
to
my
show
email.
you, when we're done here, we're going to go in my office, I'm going to show you that I did not get that letter.
You don't have to show me, I believe you.
I don't know what is this thing?
But did you get it when I just now sent it, and you said you'd send it out?
When did you send it?
Yesterday or the day
Yesterday.
before?
Okay. I honestly, I didn't look today.
Yeah, and you said I'll get it sent out now.
Okay.
I know you're crazy busy, I get it.
No, it's just, that worries me because I'm not getting, you know, what other emails am I not getting?
Well,
Jack and I
there's
did-
multiple, you said, like, the other one for the schedule stuff, you
Yep.
said you didn't get.
We discovered at least 2 of my emails he never got.
Yeah, I don't,
Some of
why?
yours were going to Gmail too, right? Your Gmail account.
One
or
sent
something.
to me or going to Gmail, and I never see them, yeah.
All right.
But anyway,
check your spam.
Letter will be out tomorrow.
my classmate is still taking care of it at Washington Financial. I can't believe he has not retired too. But
Okay.
he put us down for it, but he still needs the letter in order
Okay.
to.
All right.
Do we have to send out to PennDOT to get the banners put up?
Already done.
Yeah.
All right, so
They take forever, PennDOT. You never know if you're getting it back
that's
or
why we
not.
start in July to send those things out, all right? So you know, Barb's looking into additional banners, which we do need. What I'm thinking, and I've talked to, let's, give me a little latitude here. I'm gonna go over to South Point and show you. South Point Boulevard is part township, part PennDOT. So I have to add, or I had to add, that section of South Point Boulevard up by the Park and Ride, which from I-79 intersection with South Point Boulevard up to Morganza Road is considered state road. So we had to ask permission to put a banner over there, okay? Past that, past the I-79 intersection is all Cecil Township. So we don't have a problem with that,
How
so.
about the one on Main Street, their main little street right there? Remember what I said before? Mm-hmm. Like their main little
Yeah.
Bourbon Street down there. Mm-hmm. Can we put one there?
We can, you know, as it stands right now, we can put it anywhere because those are Cecil Township roads.
They have summer concerts, everything out there.
Yeah.
All the time.
So instead of being on South Point Boulevard, you want to have one up on Main Street.
Actually, on that, where the restaurants and stuff are.
Yeah.
I mean, because they have, I know the hotel, they have concerts, they have movies out there, so there's always people out there.
Okay.
So right when you go down that main, I think it's called Main Street, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
it is, it
Yeah.
is.
That, just overhead right there.
Is that 4 lanes wide or only 2 wide?
What's that?
Is it 4 lanes or 2 wide there? I think it's 4 lanes, isn't it?
I think it's 4 goes into 2.
I think it's
We
two.
just have to get,
You have
longer roads.
that clover leaf, and then it spirals off into Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to get longer ropes.
You think that gets more traffic than where he's talking?
Well, I'm not saying that, like, not do what you guys are doing, I'm just saying if we
most
have
traffic,
one,
people
I would stick one there.
All right, so let's go over where they're going to be. There's going to be 2 on Miller's Run, one down by Mawinnie, one down by Venice Presbyterian Church. There's going to be 2 on Georgetown, okay? One across from Lawrence Fire Department and one further down Georgetown Road. Most anybody that goes through Lawrence goes on Georgetown. There's going to be one on 980 coming out of McDonald.
I'm East Bishop right there. That one, by the old gun runner, the log home, / AKA daycare center / junk, not / nothing now.
Well, actually, somebody else is moving in there now, so,
Dennis Middle?
yes.
Another daycare.
Oh, good.
Daycare, yeah, that's who's moving in there. So, yeah, we'll put one there at the corner, all right? And then we'll put one on 980 going into McDonald,
Okay.
if that's okay. If you want to change it, let me know, because,
I think it sounds great.
So it's $625. That's the price he gave me for 20 foot with the 2-sided. 20 feet long, and then with the grommets, with the wind thing, two-sided color, and then it was 4 foot tall, which is, I think, more than,
Damn.
Because, I mean, the biggest one down there we have is 36 inches.
so it'll be even cheaper to be smaller if we make it
How
less.
much is it?
625.
And our go-to guy is 1,200 a banner.
No comment on that one.
Same thing, almost virtually the same thing, only smaller. It's not 4 foot, it's like 36
1,200
inches.
a
That's
banner.
still big enough to read,
We gotta be careful.
even for me.
He's looking to retire early.
I mean, that's something where you have to just cut ties, like you're
That's what I say.
Gotta
You're
keep it
cheating.
local though, right?
chewing your
Well-
face off to try to save a relationship. It's
You know
just-
what, when you're looking at that much
It's
of a
double.
discrepancy in price, I'm not.
Double.
A double price,
Yeah,
yeah.
we can get two,
Yeah, that's,
So he can do two. What's its turnaround time?
yeah, a week. So we need to, if we
How
want
many?
him, oh, he needs 1 week to get them done, so. And would have to tell him exactly what we want to put on it, and then, are we going to put the dates, are we going to put?
Well, we do
Can't
last
do
weekend of
dates.
September,
Yeah,
so
last-
we don't
And
have
that's
to
kind
worry.
of confusing this year, because it's
Yeah, it
like the
is,
last
but-
day of September and
Yeah,
October 1st.
Still, it's the only way that makes them reusable.
And understand that everybody plans their events around our last weekend, so we pushed everybody out another week, Apple Festival, et cetera. And, I mean, that's fine, we're driving a bus, it's just a matter, it's very confusing. I mean, we say the last week in September, and
it's literally 1 day.
it should have been the week before, That's what people are telling me. I'm like, no, I'm fine with this being the last weekend in September. We're fine with it, But yeah, if we can just say exactly what's on the others, then we don't have to, there are no dates or anything like that. It's just, do you want pictures of what we have?
Just gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, so when do we want to put them up, like beginning of September?
September, the letter to PennDOT says we're asking for permission to put over state roads September, I believe, is it 2nd? Is that first Monday?
That's Saturday.
Okay.
September 4th would be Monday.
So September 1st is Friday.
Yes.
All
'cause,
right.
Yeah, I actually leave for my trip. I'll be going for that next meeting.
Okay.
Why?
We're going to Disney.
Both will be,
So
and
why?
I'll be gone the third week, anyway.
All right, I believe I said it for the Monday, so yeah, if it's September 4th, that's,
I think I'm
okay. Whatever that Monday is, and they'll take them out, fire department will take them out and put them up, and then,
Tie them up real well?
oh my goodness.
That's ladder training, isn't it?
We gotta,
You need a Boy Scout up there. Make sure you take a Eagle Scout with them.
first it goes this way, then it goes. For those of you who don't know, one of them fell last year and
Two,
it
I think two
disappeared.
did. The one at the end of Muse
One the
Bishop
lady
was
found,
falling
right?
down too.
And through Wendy's sleuthful detective,
CSI Wendy.
all of a sudden it ended up on her porch. So,
Wendy
weren't
did it
getting
all
away with
along.
Questions asked,
Wendy did it all along.
just return.
anyway,
Did
so.
you have the mystery van with you? Your
Yeah.
driver out Lawrence?
I didn't mean to be that long-winded, but that's what I wanted to, get across as far as, so we are gonna go with two. I'll get you pictures of those. And then, we have plenty of time. We have a month now, to get it. So if he only does it in a week, that's fantastic. We just have to figure out how much rope we need between.
So how long are the ones we have? Are they 20
20
feet?
foot. They're 20-foot banners.
Okay, and that's what his is, and then you put the holes, the grommets, and then you can have any amount of rope.
What we do is we weave the rope, the nylon rope through the grommets so that it'll take the wind, and then those wind flaps will allow it to, not to tear or anything like that, so.
Okay.
Okay,
How many of those are we looking to add?
2, right?
Two.
So that would be like $1,250, that's with tax. It was like,
That's for the 4-foot ones. Are we doing 4 foot or you want to go with the 36, what we currently are doing now?
yeah, I don't have a price for, but it would have to be less. Like the most that it would be was $625.
If, let's just, if,
See, it's a bigger road over there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. If it is the same price as 36, do we just want to go with 4 foot?
It's probably gonna be cheaper.
But if it's not, that's all I'm saying.
Do we want it that big? I mean, that's pretty big.
I guess my thing is, how much cheaper would it be?
Yeah, if you're only talking $100 difference, I say,
If it's $50, $100, get the 4 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
See, I-
what we've had, so is 3 feet.
I don't see it being $200 or $300 difference. I don't.
The original ones are 30 inches. That's the first ones that they ever put. That's the only ones they ever put out there, and they were always on Miller's Run. They're slightly different color than the other ones. All right, the ones we just got, the two, those are 36. And I mean, we're talking, you know, what, 12 more inches, you know.
Yeah, it's our foot. That's,
So it doesn't make a difference, like anything going underneath, or, I don't know.
They would go up high enough. See, that's one of the reasons we have to ask for PennDOT's permission, because they have specifications on how high they have to be, so they can get trucks and stuff underneath there.
if we were to do the 4-foot ones, fire departments have to mount it higher is all.
So we want the biggest we can get.
I think so, because now we can switch them out, all right? If we wanted to put these somewhere that, maybe the 4-foot ones don't look good in South Point, you know, especially across this road that we're talking about, Main Street. We'll put one of the smaller ones across there, you know? Then we'll take the big ones and put them, say, on 980, or even here. These haven't been changed out in years, you know? We're still putting the same ones there that they've been doing for years, so we could actually switch those out.
Do you think our sign will be fixed, like the one?
That sign?
That's what happened.
I have 4 quotes that have been sitting there waiting for approval, okay? I've got quotes from $16,000 to $35,000 to replace that sign. That sign right now it cannot be repaired. It was obsolete when we bought it. And it's just a matter of, yeah, that decision is going to be made very quickly, so we most likely will have a sign by Fall Festival.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're hot about this thing now.
Well,
And do we
it's
want
been
any
sitting
other
there,
signs from
looks like
this
crap.
guy?
Yeah. What's that?
Do we want any other signs from this guy? Do we want any more yard signs? I mean, I've got a bunch in my garage. I was gonna give them to any of the supervisors or anybody else that wants them, but are we gonna have more
Anytime, I would,
sponsor signs or?
we need to nail down the sponsor signs, that's for sure. And then, yard signs, I don't know if we need any more, just for the fact of every time we put them up, they come back.
Somebody
And
takes
I
them,
think
yeah.
if we have
I still
enough
have one in my
banners
garage,
that we're
so I'm
hitting every
keeping-
main road coming in or out of Cecil in the surrounding area, why do we need yard signs?
We don't.
Good point.
You know, yard signs are just for streets. Hey, I'll put one out in front of my yard. I did last
Yeah,
year.
I still have one in my garage.
Oh, no problem with
Jack, so
that.
I'll stick it back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think we're good. We just need to nail down the sponsorship signs.
He told me about $16 for the 16 by 24 size signs, like for sponsors.
That's not bad.
Okay, I took, since you brought that subject up, I took the sheet Jack gave us on who all has donated, and I made it bigger for Barb and added the size based on the letter that went out at the beginning of the year.
Nice.
Now, there's a few on here that we kind of reallocated their money a little bit to different events, but I think we need to respectfully, out of their support all along, keep their signs going. And that's Bell Landscaping, Cassiola's, Equitrans is new, but Billy Ann's, of course, we reallocated some money. So is everybody good with that, that these people have been giving to us all along and we keep their signs in? Okay?
Yep.
So you can deal
So
with
if we
that.
have signs, which I mean, I took pictures of everything we had, if we have signs this size that match, we just use the old ones.
Yes.
And then, should we get prices from different people if we don't have a sign that works?
No, your guy's been the cheapest, I think.
Yeah,
Just go with him,
I'm fine with that.
okay.
I mean, you still have, I mean, I know I'll get a check from Centermark again, probably 500 again. I'll get that, so we still have their sign, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. In fact, theirs is a
It's
bigger
bigger,
sign.
oh, yeah. Well, that's back when the sponsorship, whatever the hell it was, but
Do we need, what I think we need to check also is Always Safe comes in last minute with the pumpkins. So, especially if they're coming in this year for those pumpkins, we need a bigger sign from them.
I think we have 2 signs for them, like we have a very
I
big one.
know we have a small one.
We have a big one too.
We do have a big
I
one
think we have a
too.
huge
yeah,
one.
there's a bigger one and a smaller
Okay,
one, yeah.
all right.
Yeah, and Billy's always said, whatever you need, you know, so, I mean.
Well, we'll need those pumpkins this year.
The only thing with Tommy was the fact that he would, like, you could get a sign from him in the last minute. This guy needs a week.
Well, I think we're far enough out right now to, you know, be able to decide that.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay, on stage, Dan's gonna go ahead and get those 2 bands settled and fit Zhang in somewhere. And then I can start getting the entertainment advertised. Of course, Stephanie isn't here to confirm all the children's events. I'll work with her on that. Sponsors, I've actually been posting them all along. I am a little bit behind, but I'm back on track now that the fundraisers are over. Barb's going to work on the signs then, and Jason wants a picture of the Lagoni sign as it currently stands.
Princess Engagements, they did confirm, right? Are they putting up another booth again?
I don't know if she talked to him or not.
Because I remember they were there the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And they always brought in, you know, the princesses and stuff with them. And they even said, hey, if you want to do a sing-along, we'll put the princesses on stage. You know, so I don't know if I'll be able to fit that in somewhere, but I can try.
Well, you know, and at some point, we talked about maybe doing a kid's stage on the side, you know, somewhere, so,
Yeah, but that's a whole second sound system and everything
yeah,
else,
that's
too.
true.
Did you talk to Penny about the Passion?
I was just gonna ask you if you
Oh,
talked to
really?
Penny about the passion.
No, I have not.
Can you talk to her?
Well, that, I will. Yeah, remember you were going down to talk to her about the fundraiser, and I wasn't sure if because
She was leaving for vacation
she's like
the next
radio
day.
silent lately, so.
Yeah, she was leaving for vacation next day, so I didn't hear anything.
So we
from
don't,
her.
what kind of paper, like, last year we had her do an application and everything, remember? Let me talk to her tomorrow, I'll talk to her tomorrow then, and find out what's going on.
I mean, we'll do it the same way we did last year, right? Everybody's in agreement.
Yeah,
They were
absolutely.
an asset, and
They were a hit last year. They were awesome.
Yeah, they have a trailer and like a, you know, what do you call it?
Put them right next to the stage again.
Okay.
I'll send a letter to Canamac Band, Dan.
All right, Boy Scouts, I assume, are in, where they're doing their thing.
Yeah. Do you want me to get hold of Jason and, Adam? Is that who's head of the two troops?
I assume. I can talk to Adam. I'll
Okay.
run it by him. I'll run it by through Adam, because
Jason's a
he's been
Cub Scout, so-
collecting. In fact, I gave him stuffed animals. I said, you know, a bag of stuffed animals, so I'm pretty sure they're in for this year. I'd like to confirm that, that's
For
all.
the notes, okay, so Dan, you're going to talk to
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts. Adam,
And I'll get hold of Jason. He's the Cub Scouts.
Yeah, see if they're gonna put up a thing too, for
Scouts.
popcorn.
For their,
When-
oh, yeah.
okay.
Question, you know, I mentioned last year, people said to me they did not find the ticket auction, whatever you want to call it.
Chinese auction.
Yes. Now
How'd they
that,
know?
you know, that's like politically incorrect now. But yes. So you remember how I said it'd be nice if we had signs at each of the intersections said children's activities this way? Does anybody know anybody that could do that for us? Doesn't have to be real fancy, just, you know, arrow signs and,
So you just want it on poster board?
yeah, well, even that one, anything, you know.
Just on pieces of wood.
I don't know how they could miss it, unless they just didn't walk over to the concession stand.
Well, I think that's it. If we have direction signs and they know I'm gonna hit the auction, if I go this way, they're gonna make a point of going that way, you know?
Wait a minute, the auction's right there now.
I mean, it's literally
I
right
know.
in front of your face. Like,
That's
You
it.
don't need to tell me. That's what I heard from people. So,
Maybe the person with the microphone.
okay, well, how
should
much,
direct-
how did they do last year at that auction? Did they do okay?
Oh, yeah, they always do,
They
always,
did great last year.
they always do fine. But see,
If
you
they
always,
want signs that bad, tell them to put signs up.
Yeah.
That should not be
It's-
our job.
It's not them, it was somebody else, that's all.
Whoever it is, then let them do it.
Yeah.
It should not be our concern.
no.
We
it
got
was-
enough to
it-
do.
It was people visiting the festival.
Maybe it's something we advertise. I don't think we've ever
Well,
advertised
I
it.
thought last year it was
That's
the
a good
people working there that was complaining.
No, huh?
No.
It was people visiting the festival.
I
think we advertised it this year.
Okay, it was a
Okay.
different amount. I thought it was people working.
Can
there.
you, would you be able to get a list from her of what kind of basket, do you want to advertise, like what baskets, or do you just want to advertise in general?
Did you see what I did for our fundraiser?
No.
No.
I don't know, I might,
I
nothing sticks
Lot
in
of
my
I
mind.
actually did a movie. And I had a picture of every basket with the logo of who donated it. And it played on I Love Cecil.
Well,
And
that's
it played
something
on,
you did.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're gonna get access to all these baskets before fall festival, so I would just settle with
But
a
I think,
list.
my point is I do think advertising,
Yeah.
even if we just had a list, would be a good thing.
I agree.
If she would.
If she has some kind of list.
yeah, I can get the list from last year. And, but, you know, let's let them do that. You know, let's let Teresa and Carol handle that. That's their thing, so. But yeah, I understand the signs. And I think, you know, whoever's got the microphone should be telling people that where stuff is too. So, and, which brings me to another point. Gary and I are working on speakers to go out through the park. So if we're looking at, where'd my park go? Shoot. If we're looking at the stage, there's the stage right there.
Would he be able to do that Wi-Fi?
That's what we're working on.
Huh.
So if worst case scenario, we're going to wire it. All right, those big ones that are down there now, he's going to put some tops on it, and we're going to have, like, there are speakers on these light posts. They don't work, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a speaker here, right, or possibly a stack right here, so that that'll push that sound out a little bit better. It won't be as loud, at the stage, but everybody is going to be able to hear it. He kept insisting he could hear it just fine all the way at the other end. Arden said he couldn't, and so many people said, we can't hear anything down here, can't hear announcements or anything like that. So Gary and I are working on that right now. What I suggested is we put possibly a speaker here, and he wants to put a stack there. I would rather, have it a little bit further down so people can at least hear, what's going on stage, or if there's an announcement, or if there's a, car parked in the wrong place or something along those lines. So,
Well, I guess I'm gonna say no-brainer thing to do, but he would need power, so what if we
Yeah.
ran one off of Pavilion 1?
well, Pavilion 1, and we're gonna wire something in the bathroom there. My original suggestion is let's put that speaker on the corner by the bathroom, or even on the roof,
That's a good idea.
And, you got a power supply in there, it's just a matter of wiring it. We got the time. It's getting it down in this area right here, which
Over by
is,
miners and stuff.
yeah, so, hopefully it's gonna go Wi-Fi. If not, we're gonna look at some wiring options.
Well, we might want to be careful down that way, because that is where our petting zoo and pony rides are at too.
That's what I'm thinking. If we do a stack right here, then that should kick it the rest of the way down there.
Yep.
What he can do is he can decrease the volume so that people up front aren't getting blown out, but everybody can hear. So that's the other thing we're working on.
Okay. Mascots, Barb, I know I gave Barb some information on some new mascots that are possibly available too.
Oh, what do we got?
So far we have Chick-fil-A and Collier's is probably. Texas Roadhouse and the Wild Things are for sure. They're just figuring out which time, because the Wild Thing has to be in Wheeling like Saturday at 2, and they could come like at 3, or they could just come Sunday. And then I want to see when the Texas Roadhouse wants to come, because they just said they were going to come and they would let me know which date. So, and then fit the Chick-fil-A whenever. I filled out the form. He said it sounded good. That's the one in Collier instead of Washington. So see what Jeremy says. The library dog is a possibility. It depends on the kids' soccer schedule. Doesn't know it yet.
What about the River Hound? Wendy, is that on your list?
The Riverhounds, I still have to ask the Riverhounds. And Kim, for the Sarah's Pretzel, is going to get back to me, and I guess they're starting to charge for their mascot.
What's Kim's last name?
For who?
I don't know her last
Geyer?
name.
Saris?
Sarah's. I just know Kim is in charge of the pretzel mascot. And I said, we're not, we don't charge for anything, so, our mascots have been coming for free, so they're supposed to get back to me. But we don't want to pay for a mascot, right? I
No.
thought we weren't. But that's a possibility, and I'll check
Do
with
you want
the
me to reach out
Riverhounds.
to Sarah's?
Pardon me?
You got us pretzels.
I don't want to ever do anything with Sarah's.
Yeah.
I mean, let me reach out to my contact there.
Yep, you got us
And see what
pretzels.
they can do. If they're going to charge for a mascot, I'll tell Sarah's.
Well, I guess like if they go to a party or kids' party or something, they charge, but I was trying to explain, just
Who are you
like,
talking to?
I mean, Iceberg
You're talking to-
charges, everybody charges.
Who wants a Sarah's pretzel at my birthday party?
I mean, they just started this, I guess they
meeting's being
think it's
taped.
like a big, I mean, I don't think
what
it's
you're
that big of a deal, but anyways, so maybe we'll have a pretzel, maybe not.
Do you want me to reach out to Wendy's?
No, Wendy's, okay, we want to do Wendy's as well, I mean, how many do we want to have, everybody?
Many as we can get.
Okay,
Well, I can go directly to the owner, so
okay,
if you want, yeah.
and I'll do Riverhound. But so far, it looks like we got the same 3 we had last year, and possibly a library dog and a pretzel.
Okay. Wendy's actually had two in that picture, didn't they? Didn't they have like a milk,
boy and the
a
girl.
Frosty
What
and
about
a,
the Eaton Park cookie?
They had the Wendy.
oh, the Eaton Park cookie. Did you try them again?
No, I wasn't even gonna bother because it was just too much last year. You
Yeah,
fill out
they're-
all these forms.
They're, yeah.
They
they're bad.
want you to pay for something. It's like a cart, like we decided we weren't gonna do that last year.
Okay. Stephanie will handle the volunteers, and of course, the concession stand, then will be all of us like usual. But we do need to make sure at least one or two people are in the children's area at all time. We need to control the pumpkins this time.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure there's adult supervision for the volunteers, because let's face
Because
it,
the
some of them
volunteers,
are
yeah,
mothers.
last year, I mean, which, granted,
They're
they're
kids.
younger, they're timid, they're not gonna, which I don't, I don't expect them to, but they were just getting ran over by parents last year.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking their baby carts in there, they're loading up 6, 7 pumpkins.
Some were okay. There was a couple ones, they were laying a smackdown on the bounce houses. I mean, they're, nope, you get out, you gotta wait your turn. I mean, some of them are really good. Like
Yeah.
you said, other ones are, they're not gonna say a word, but
Which is
no.
not their job to, I get that, they're
I
kids.
agree, I agree. So there at least needs to be, there
could
at
probably
least
use-
needs to be one, board member down there at the pumpkins at all times.
I think you should wear your bunny suit and go drop the hammer off.
No, we'll put him in the Paw Patrol. Oh, we don't have a head.
We have,
Do you want a head?
I was gonna say, we have,
I'll get ahead.
if we have enough volunteers, two of them could put on that Marshall. It's a huge draw.
Get two uniforms,
When I put
I
it
just need
on,
the
when
head.
we put it on for the thing,
We just put
all the
it on
kids
one
were
head.
running from the playground. It was like, it's.
Can you get us a Paw Patrol head before then, too?
Some of them, some of the volunteers are standing around looking like our board. We'll put them in there. They should.
The Marshall is a huge draw. I mean, well, we didn't have the head for that, for Chase
Medallion,
at the
too.
time, or I would have done
No, he
Chase,
has
but,
the medallion.
Oh,
yeah,
got
just
the
walking
medallion
through the
back.
playground, there was 50 kids were trying to weed through them to get to our party, so, yeah, no.
No. Nope.
It'd be nice
No.
if we could
See,
get.
they didn't put me on the case like I went on
Did
the
you check
case
for
for the
power
missing
in
banner.
Pavilion One? I could show you where the plug that we put it in, it didn't, okay.
If the fuses jump, because they have the GFS plugs up there, that fuse is,
Do I have to do anything, or just plug it in?
you're supposed to push the button.
Okay,
So if it jumps for any reason, that's why you don't get it.
okay, that's probably.
They check those
That's
off.
probably what happened, actually.
Sorry.
Okay.
The
We
sidebar.
could get like a volunteers for Friday too. I know we can't get the
I
kids.
mean, we have the
but
costumes, and they're great
can get
costumes.
some
If you have
adults
two
to
people,
help.
like, you have to have a wingman and someone to
Getting the vendors
wear
and
it.
stuff in. I mean, a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
we
us
could.
are taking
Yeah, you
off,
get the Easter bunny, you can get
but
every,
we could use more people on Friday.
Actually, there's a couple people that helped with this fundraiser
Too funny.
that told me they'd like to get more involved in doing things in Cecil, so I may even be able to recruit them as adult,
For Friday, yeah, that would be really helpful
Okay.
when all the vendors are coming in.
How many pumpkins are we asking for? 800 again?
I'm asking for 1,200 to start,
Oh, look at you.
because I mean,
We blew through that 1,000.
we could have
Well, I know-
easily,
But yeah, but I said, that's all, people taking a ton.
I know, but we could have handled 1,400 easily last year. And I'm thinking, why not just get the whole thing, 1,600, and then if there's not enough, I mean, if we run out, we run out. We ran out too early last year. That's when I called him back and said, hey, remember those ones I didn't want? Can I buy them from you? He goes, then he goes, we already sold them. I'm like, oh, so,
No, yeah, I think 1,200 is probably a good number. Because we hit 800 on Saturday.
yeah.
yes. Yep. I mean, that's
So-
popular. I never thought that would
And
be
if we slow some of the adults taking stuff down, and do just kids, I think that'll even it out maybe 700 Saturday and then,
But we have Bon Journey on Sunday.
Yes,
that's
we
more
do.
adults than kids.
Yeah, but
That's what
the
we
adults will
do.
bring their kids. Anything else on Fall Festival for right now? Okay.
Still think you need beer.
Trail of Treats, we don't really need to do anything about that right now. Do we want to pick a date, tentative date for scheduling, putting up the lights in the park, so we have it designated and it's on everybody's mind?
When's the weekend after that?
Just gonna, the weekend after Thanksgiving?
That's November. Let's do, what's that first week in November? First weekend.
November?
In November?
November.
November before, oh,
Yeah, I'm not doing it in December again.
okay.
It was cold.
It's not just cold, it's just you're butting up against where to even turn them on. You know what I
November
mean?
4th.
Huh?
November 4th, the first weekend in November.
Yeah, okay.
November
So we come
11th.
here on December 9th or 10th.
Because we'll get rained out the
Let's hurry
first
up and
day.
turn them on so we have a week of them.
You're not gonna show up anyway, so whatever.
Jason's donating and get somebody to hang them up.
Okay.
You know what I noticed the other day that we should add is if,
Mine will be up in October.
the,
They
re-
already called me.
the restroom next to the concession stand, when you're driving through, it sticks right out. You know what I mean? How before, when you're driving by the concession, you kind of see it looking down, but that first one,
Because they took the tree out.
pardon me?
They took the tree out, that's why you could see it now. They cut that tree out, and believe it, we still don't have electricity in that. So,
Well, do you want to, do the kids want to turn the lights on when they
No,
graffiti it?
hold on, there's power in the concession stand, it's the bathroom. Because a tree, it was one of those honey locust trees, and the branch fell on the wire hit the roof, it made the roof look like it was burning. All of a sudden,
Oh, yeah, okay.
that's what happened, and we're still waiting for West Bend Power to come back and hook it up.
That just happened.
Would you say, Dan?
Just a little side. Okay, Simply Christmas.
Sweet note.
Jack, can you give Heather the contact info
Yes.
for all the people you said was
Yeah,
interested?
it'll be
said the
Kenny
fourth, right?
Strain and his wife Donna Sittler, Pastor John and his wife, and that's 5, but I'm sure we can find more. That's
I need to reach out to
it's a more
Sarah for
mature
Trail of
audience,
Treats
or more
anyways.
mature coordinators on
Also
this
for
one.
Trail of Treats for candy.
And then Heather, can you just start working on a draft kind of document? I know you talked about having, what?
High school bill votes
Yeah,
come down and
so if you
stuff.
could start working on a draft document of a simple, you know,
Do you want anything like Lori Allen has, like our Nancy said, they have at the company, they put a Christmas performance on for the recreational dancers. Weather permitting, it's 0 degrees outside, the girls aren't
Yeah.
going to be dancing, but
That stage is perfect for that now, because they sanded that stage, they painted it, it's,
it's the fall festival.
Yeah.
Dance, I can see if she'd want to do
Oh, I did, yeah.
Christmas.
I laughed
yeah,
at it.
and we can always, understanding that if the weather's foul, we don't want the
Y'all
kids
always
out
sending
either.
me.
How
you
long
know,
is the
for-
event? We know you have-
Subject to this
Whatever you
brand new
want.
event.
All right.
It's an open slate,
hour? Sounds good.
open
Oh, my
slate,
Turn on the lights?
okay?
So you're gonna
All
ask
right.
Lori Allen? Just putting these in the notes, okay. Dance,
And the high school bell
John
vote.
Snow. What's the, John
high
Wick?
school,
What's the,
Bell vote,
okay.
to the dark choir.
And do we even want to consider the concession stand? Do we want to ask Billy Ann to do concession stand for that?
you mean for Simply Christmas?
Won't be on.
That's right. Water's going to be off for the bathrooms too, so we're going to have porta johns there. I thought we talked about like hot chocolate and that type of thing. But what else, I mean, there's possibilities. And it's just a matter,
Yeah. We could have the espresso people.
I got her on the phone, hold on.
2 hot chocolates.
yeah, hot shots.
I don't know if the Salvation Army canteen might be available.
Ooh,
You
that's a
might-
great idea.
Yeah, you might want to jump on that, yeah. They have a canteen where they bring, the thing they're going to bring the night of the reading picnic. They have hot chocolate, they have hot dogs. they
It's
have-
good food, too.
Oh.
They
Yeah.
do a good job.
Yep.
It's called a okay, so.
Yeah, they call it a canteen. Okay. So any ideas you might have, like, we do want to keep it simple, but we want it to be classic and nice. So any ideas, just pass them along.
Is it an evening thing, daytime? We have a day we thought of?
The date we picked was December 9th.
Like, was it an afternoon thing? Is it an evening thing? Is it
I think it should be evening, so we have the lights.
Yeah.
Maybe like early evening going
Yeah.
into dusk.
Yeah,
We're-
that would be good.
It gets dark at 5 o'clock probably in December,
Yeah.
so.
We're also tossing around a bonfire concept, so it's just where it's going to be located. I'm trying to get Public Works to commit to that. They think it's a great idea, it's just we can't figure out where it's going to go.
Right next to the gas storage?
What?
Right next to the gas
Do you
storage?
think you live in Georgetown?
That's over the stream. Yeah, that,
We have people that like to put fire pits near gas lines.
and everybody wants a fire pit, They rent a pavilion, it's like, can we burn there too? Like, no. Anyway, yeah, I mean, you can, there's a fire pit over by Pavilion 3, which is over here, all right? And yeah, that's the gas storage, I understand, but it's a smaller version. We're looking at possibly doing it right in here so that when the grass grows back in the spring, summer, or fall of the next year, it'll, you know, it'll be masked somewhat from, but yeah, we just don't have the right place for a decent bonfire, so it may be a lot
Is
smaller.
that where they used to have it when they called it the Indian Summer Festival?
When the engines were around.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
it was okay to say that? I'm very sarcastic about
Okay,
those
pale
things.
face. Sorry. I don't know what's right anymore. I mean, you taught me something tonight, so I got to tell Carol she can't call it what she wants to call it. So,
It's beyond ridiculous. Okay, any new matters to bring up? Okay, meeting adjourned at 8:05? Huh?
It was a long one today.
Yeah, figured it was gonna be once we start talking about the festival.